Flying Pamukkale Türkiye. As you know, we have a place in Denizli, Turkey. Partially because it's a beautiful town and rich with a mix of rural and cosmopolitan Turkish culture, warm, friendly people, ancient history, and of course, paragliding. Normally, I would go to Ölüdeniz to fly off Babadağ, pretty much the most beautiful and impressive flying spot in the country. But now we are regularly in Denizli, I've started to get to know the Pamukkale crowd, LZ, and launch. Pamukkale, or Cotton Castle translated, is a stone's throw from Denizli by city bus, and even if not flying there, it's a very interesting place to visit. The huge white mountain, seen on postcards and tourist sites, is not to be missed. It is an ancient deposit of pure white limestone that, over the years, has covered an entire mountain face. From a distance it looks like snow, or cotton. As I showed in my Pamukkale video, you basically take off your shoes and hike up to the top of the mountain in bare feet. You pass amazing travertines, which are natural infinity pools, and arrive in the midst of ancient history while still being catalogued and discovered. This is the ancient remains of Hierapolis. In the background on a higher mountain is a couple of paragliding launches where, for the most part, tandem tours of the ancient area are conducted. There is also ballooning around here for the same purpose, although the wind conditions I want normally are beyond a safe balloon launch, so I have yet to see one in person. The main launches are Tepe Camping and Tepe Dinomit. There's also Dinomit Tepe, the south launch, but it's generally not used anymore. These are south of a very steep little valley and to the north of a deep cutting coulee that can play havoc with the wind from any direction, especially in the afternoon. Launching in the middle of the afternoon in the summer months is best not even attempted. The terrain is your enemy in wind. These launches are off limits to P1 and P2 pilots unless under strict supervision. P3 are equivalent as bare minimum here, and I can see why. The launch at Dinomit is subtle to start, and with no wind is quite a run. I had been to the Far LZ several times, just chatting with the locals in my still poor Turkish, and got accustomed to the way things are done here. This LZ is far but convenient, being it is right next to Pamukkale village. A good flight, then lunch in one of the many restaurants or locantas. If you just want chai and a roll, the on-site snack bar is recommended. There's a guy set up there with a van. It can get crowded sometimes though. Because this part of Turkey is generally dry, AstroTurf scraps have been laid out to save the wings dragging in the dirt. I have some of this AstroTurf at home I plan to donate. There is also the early LZ on the northwest end of Hierapolis. It's quite a walk from there back to Pamukkale, so you may have to wait for a shuttle bus if you land there. So here's the procedure, although I won't comment on the token amounts I'm charged for things like a ride up, flight registration fee, or even chai prices, as I may get special treatment for trying to speak Turkish. Or I'm so bad they just feel sorry for me. Before ever flying at pretty much any sanctioned site in Turkey, you must register with Cappadocia University and be approved. I've never heard of anyone not being approved, so it's probably just a formality like signing a waiver. I already did the registration for Ölüdeniz, Babadağ, but this one is a different registration. I imagine Ankara is also different. Anyway, you take a front and back picture of your flying certification. I used my IPPI International card. Complete the form and hit send. This will be replied to and validated on a weekday very promptly. They send a login link. Now, once you're down at the LZ site, you can bum a ride with the tandem operators to the top, who are always going up. If it's flyable, they're doing it. This is like before going up at Babadağ Teleferik to fly. You must obtain a QR code by creating a flight on the Cappadocia website. Once you register the flight time, scroll to the right to obtain the code. On launch, one of the tandem guides will charge you a token fee, a small amount in Turkish lira, and scan your QR code to log it or verify it, whatever you are who you say you are. After the flight, you must log into the site again and close the flight. So search and rescue aren't out looking for you that night, possibly. Now I just have a link in my notes in my phone and go to it. That paid fee is good for the whole day into the evening, at which point if you go up again after, say, 6 p.m., you must pay again. I have no idea why this is, but it's more popular to resume flying at this time because it's generally the wind calms down. Well, unless a thunderstorm rolls in. It's a windless forward launch, yay. So you'll see how that is on Tepe Dinomit. Normally I'll use my bigger alpha wing here, but it's heavier, and I was feeling lazy, so the little Yona acro wing is the choice today. It was a mistake, as you'll see shortly. There's that smaller coulee below. Coolies can be dangerous in stronger wind. I had first-hand experience with one while kiting in Alberta. The rotor off the end of it turned my wing into a pinwheel spiral and then a tangled mess, which took 2 hours to untangle. Okay. Launching. White mountain already to the left. Oh, this isn't really that high. There's Pamukkale over there, the back mountain. Hierapolis, the ancient Roman city, spans 3 kilometers, and this time I'll be flying just above it. I could have landed right here. Look how close I am. There being no wind means I couldn't soar the Cotton Ridge and get height, and this early the thermals aren't even up yet. This wing is too small for here. Okay. God damn, I'm sinking out here. Looks like I'll be landing. I'm not going to make it to the LZ. I'm sinking out like crazy here. Okay, I guess I'm landing here. Wind blowing this way? Nope. Nice boulder. Oh, Object fixation?
Shit, didn't quite make it
I
over
thought
the
I could get over it.
Damn it.
Didn't hurt.
Okay.
In all honesty, that ditch looked to be a threat to my ankles.
How do I get
So airbag to the rescue.
Brother.
Back to the orange wing, I guess. It was Sink City today, but got to see Hierapolis very close, which made it an interesting flight.
Foot of Pamukkale. Wow.
So now the walk of shame ensues. Over this ridge. It's only a kilometer or so back. I'll reserve my little acro wing for Babadağ, I guess. You could fly a bedsheet to the LZ there, so... If you come to Pamukkale, I would recommend just staying right here. Hotels are cheap, restaurants abound, tourist goodies are available in the gauntlet, that's what I like to call it, and the people here are wonderful. Ölüdeniz, with all its glory, is only 4 hours bus ride from Denizli, but that means staying in a hotel, whereas Pamukkale is a day trip for us. There are plenty of other places around here I can explore in the future, like the proposed launch at the Denizli Telepheric area, Dinomit Tepe I, and of course Maceralıydı, the more famous competition launch halfway to Ölüdeniz. They have competitions there. I hope you enjoyed this video about flying in Pamukkale, and who knows, we may meet someday in the clouds over this beautiful place. Hoşça kalın. Bye bye for now.